Today we are going to start with the /give command. So the /give command is one of the most known commands, even if you're not a Minecraft coder. When we say Minecraft coder, we use it to describe someone who knows and uses Minecraft commands such as /give, set block, fill, etc. So we're going to start with /give command because it's one of the most known commands, and we're going to go a little deeper into not just the command, but how to run the command. So the key points to understand and make a command is you need to know the type of command, the format of the command, and how to run the command, which we're going to be talking about all those ways. And then at the end, we're going to give a few examples on ways to add a command to the game. So let's go and start with how to run a command with chat. So when you go into chat, you have this area that shows you, like, this is where you enter the command. Then this is how you send the command or the chat message, or how we say with the command, you run the command. And then when you enter a / in the chat, all these words will pop up. This part of the screen has the type of command, and this part has the description of the command. So let's use the clone command as an example. So the clone command clones blocks that are from one region to the other. So how we can use that, or how it's kind of like, this is a visual of how it happens, is the block is here. Then you run the clone command, and now the block is here. So that's just kind of how the command kind of works, is what it's saying. So this command is useful for like chests and custom stuff in the chest, and then you can clone the chest and it'll keep the chest with everything in it. But let's go ahead and go to running command in the command block. So with this, you have your command input, which is where you enter the command, just like in chat, except it's in an actual block. You have the command output, or the previous output, and you can turn this off. When you place a command block, it starts out off. You want to turn it on because this will tell you what the problem was if the command doesn't run, or it'll tell you that the command did run. This little plus here lets you go into the command input and fills the whole screen, lets you enter a lot longer codes, especially if you're using a command like the /execute command. This is the block type. Right now it's set to impulse, but you can switch it to repeat or chain or impulse. Impulse is like, once it's run, it runs once and it doesn't run until it's activated and it turns off and then activates again. Repeat is kind of just repeats the command as long as it's active. And chain is a little more complicated. You set a chain in front of impulse command block or a repeating command block, and then as the impulse or repeating command block run, the chain commands will run as well. A little more into that in detail in the next module. This is the condition area. Unconditional means it just runs normally. Conditional, on the other hand, means that, so this is for mainly chain command blocks, if the command block, so if the impulse block, let's say, did not run, this chain block will not run. Or if whichever block ran before this one did, if it did not run correctly, this one will not run at all. This area is the execute on first tick, which is automatically gets turned on when you switch the block type to repeating. The delay in ticks is, so 20 ticks is 1 second. So if you have delays in ticks, that means when let's say the impulse command block has a command run, that command can be delayed. So if let's say we set the delay ticks to 25, then it'll wait 1.5 seconds, so 1.5 seconds before running the command. This is good for like having multiple command blocks, but each one's going off at different times, so it runs smoothly and not all at the same time. So if you're using a tile command and stay command and teleport command, those things in a game can make it easier if you have a delay on them. Up here it has add-s, @b, add-r, add-e, add-e, add-a, add-e. Pretty much this is the player identifier you're going to set as. So add-s is yourself, or for the command block, if I put in add-s, it means that the command block is self. It doesn't necessarily mean the players. @b, nearest player, @r, random player, @a, all players, @e, all entities. Now, this is just an image of if you were to put in a command. So this /give add-s command block. Now, when you run this command, it will make a command. It will actually do nothing. But it will give a command block to itself. But command blocks are not entities, they are a cube block, and so they will not get a command block. So you would need to switch this to @p, @r, @a, or @e. The hover note, if you see that up at the top, that is just you can make that anything, and it doesn't affect the command at all. It just, when you look at the command block, it will show up as a name, so it helps you organize your command blocks. Redstone needs redstone, and the other option for redstone is always active. So if it needs redstone, let's say an impulse block needs redstone, that means when a lever or button gets activated, the impulse will activate, or any other redstone power. If it's on not need redstone and it's on always active, that means as soon as you get out of the command block, the impulse command will run. Or mainly good for repeating command blocks, the command will repeat infinitely. This is just another way of looking at the identifiers. So if you want to save this, and so that you always know what the identifiers are. But anyway, let's go and look at the give command format. So we've got /give. So this is the type of command. / kind of is, you can think of it as / tells the system that they are ready to run a command, or that they want to run a command. And give, right here, give, it tells the system, this is the command I want to run. But then you need to fill out the form player. So player, we could fill it out as @s. Then we have item, we can fill this out as iron sword. And amount, normally, if we don't fill an amount and all we have is this, then it will give us 1 iron sword if we are running this in chat. But if we can add an amount, like, let's say 8, it'll give us 8 iron swords. I don't know why you need that many swords, but you can give yourself that. And if you do something like this, it will have it'll pretty much fill your inventory, and it won't fit. And so, yeah. Data is like, if you give an iron sword with data of 1, it's different from just giving a normal iron sword. So this is used for like the same item, but with different data, so that, let's say, for example, you give a diamond to everyone, or it's a survival map and everyone has diamonds, but you want to give a trigger to this one person who has a diamond. When they have it, they get a special power, but you don't want it to be where you can mine a diamond and it gives you the special power. So you make it to where that diamond has a data, so data 1, and that means only a diamond with data 1, or whatever data you choose, will get activated. More on that later. this is some different ways you can write it out. When you're making an item, you can add Minecraft, which is the normal identifier, but why this is mainly here is you can make an iron sword but have it as like an add-on or something, and so this identifier right here will change. So, and you can make this identifier whatever you want. So like if I made it, I would make it like Ninja Team as the identifier, and then when someone looks up the Ninja Team Iron Sword as an item, if they have like a resource pack that has that, and if we made it, we haven't made one like this is just an example, then it would show up, they would have to write Ninja Team Iron Sword. That if it's just a normal Minecraft item, you should be able to just use the normal Iron Sword ID. So when using up to here ways to add the command to the game, here are just a few examples. You can more into the screen. You can use the give command to give players the right items when a round starts in a game like Bed Wars, or in a story game, give the players the right items to start the game. So that's just some way to use the command /give command for a game. I use it a ton when I'm making a game because I like the games that are more of rounds, and so like Bed Wars, that type of stuff. So yeah, this is the module 1 /give command, but also I feel like we mainly focused on the chat, the command block, the identifiers, and actually with the identifiers we're going to go more into that later.